Okay, Mark. Mark, you're good. So that's the process we'll follow for them for all their trainings in case they want to share them out internally,
Okay,
and
sounds good.
I'll give you and them the private link. So that way we're good to go. And these first couple are so easy. It's
Mhm.
really Hey, real quick, what's the setup on your end? Like who's going to be driving? Because we don't do this. You all will actually do it. We'll just walk you through, what so we'll take you through everything. Mark will guide you, but one of you is going to act as the driver.
It's okay.
I don't mind being that person.
Okay, so Dave's gonna do it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna shut up, Mark. You start leading them through. Let's rock this.
Cool. Just a quick side note. We're gonna get you all going on the training site. This first one doesn't necessarily need it because I'm gonna walk you through pretty much everything step by step. But for the ones coming in the future, I'm gonna have you all watch specific modules, and you guys will kind of watch those and kind of get some baseline knowledge before we come into our training. But to begin, your all site is up and running. I've been in it this morning. So who is gonna drive for us?
I will.
Okay, David, if you'll just go ahead and share your screen. We ask that you use Google Chrome or Firefox. So if you've got one of those,
Okay. Yeah, Fire or Chrome. I have
okay,
both.
we'll do Chrome.
Only reason we don't use we Edge in the earlier versions, I don't know if the newer one's any better, but they're not consistent. Like we would see it randomly like transpose numbers when people were typing stuff in. It's just weird. So we're like, hey, let's just standardize on the other two for
Okay. So your URL link is going to be Suffolk County NY .igovservices.com. And you can go ahead and pin that or do whatever it is to just kind of make it easier for you. Let me move my head out of the way.
You guys are able to see this, right?
Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
great.
you're good. Okay. You want to go ahead and full screen for us? All right, awesome. Okay, so cool thing about this home screen is everything that you see up on the top, the um, the black bar can either be turned off or edited by you. So for example, that search feature is normally for like public property tax. We can turn that off. The FAQ is a really neat feature. I'm actually going to show you where you can upload documents for people that ask kind of the same questions, either how to get into their account or how to like do a process. But all this text that you see can be edited and changed. And then to the left of where it says welcome, kind of right under iGov services, I'm going to ask you all for a JPEG of your logo, and I'll show you where you can try to enter it in yourself, or you could send it to me and I could do it for you. That getting started video is an awesome feature that taxpayers can use to very simply learn how to register their accounts, log in for themselves, and attach their PIDNs to their accounts. That's all in that one video. Okay. Sorry, let me move my head again. So let's go ahead and click log in. And then as an employee. And then your temporary username and login. Peyton, do you know what those are? We didn't make one. Okay. No worries. I can log in real quick and just set David up in the system. And I'm going to show you guys how to do what I'm doing. I'm going to give David a temporary login, and then I'm going to have him go right into the settings and show you guys how to do it. I'm already on there. Give it a second. Give me just a second, guys. It's taking a second to load. Okay. David, what is your email address?
It's my first name dot my last name at SuffolkNY.gov.
ny.gov. And then for a temporary password, I'm just gonna make it. Okay.
So the username is my email.
No, I'm gonna make. I'm putting your email in the email section. I'm just gonna make your username David. Okay. So your username is gonna be David. Here, I'm gonna make you an admin real quick. Okay. What's your work phone number?
631-852-1508.
Hey, Mark, while you're doing that, I'm not sure if you shared that with them though, but usernames are 20 digits or less. And so I didn't want to take a chance because I know you all have a longer email address. So don't, you know what I mean? When you're setting people up, don't use their email address as the username. I'm not talking to Mark. I'm talking about to the people on the call.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna walk through that as soon as we got into the security stuff.
Sounds good.
So David, your username is David, and then your temporary password is going to be capital P password #1, and then go ahead and click on that Google CAPTCHA,
Nope.
and then you can change your password just by clicking that forgot my password. It's going to take you to a place where it's going to send you an email where you can create your own password. This is just for us to kind of get you in there.
So log in right now, or?
Yep. Go and log in. Okay. Awesome. So a lot of this we saw through our demos with you all, just kind of going through these. But this home page where it takes you to all of those actions are things that we kind of recognize people want some like quicker access to. So like adding records, which if we have time, we could make one today. If not, our next meeting for sure. You could search records and customers here. Go straight to the payment screen. But most of our training for today is going to be under the settings button. So if you could go ahead and click on that for me. And the first thing I'll walk you through, we're going to be going through the org settings, but if you could click on security, I'll just show you what I did super quick. And then employee. Now, these are in here just for kind of training purposes for you all to kind of take them out. A neat one, go ahead and delete the Lindsay Weber O'Brien one. Does it let you do anything?
No, well, I click it. It doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay, go ahead and click view/edit. Now, we leave this one in here because that apostrophe in the O'Brien is actually tricking the system. So it recognizes that as a foreign character. So if any of y'all have an employee that comes in with a name like O'Neill or O'Brien or anything like that, just make sure to leave that apostrophe out. So go ahead and in her last name, delete that, and then click submit, and then go back in there and try it again.
Deleted again.
Yeah. And then just go ahead and click on delete. So that's something that we leave in there just to kind of show people, hey, like this apostrophe can't be in there. When you have the time, you can go in and take out these ones. The only two that we ask you to keep is Richard Tingle. That's how we get in, and then web user. And then obviously yourself is down there at the bottom.
Hey, David, just delete them while you're in here. Just so I mean, you guys are in such, you guys want to get this started. So just go ahead and delete the other people. Doesn't matter. Get rid of them. It's easy. Further explanation on the apostrophe thing. It's a great example because on the web, you have to code for all special characters. So the reason we leave that in there is so that way, if you ever have a circumstance where something works, like say you're adding a customer, and then suddenly it doesn't, 99% of the time it's data. Look for something different in what you just did. And you can tell us. The point of leaving this in here is you can tell us about certain characters you used in a spot that maybe, by chance we haven't coded that field differently. That's why we do it. So if, be aware of that when you're doing things when you do a process that works and then suddenly it doesn't, immediately look at the data that you're putting in. Okay. That's a great warning we give people, that it gives them a heads up. And it doesn't mean we can't. It just means we have to code for it. All right. The internet's weird about special characters. Sounds good. So do you get the point here that, I mean, how many other people are you going to add?
Well, probably 5.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to us. You can add whoever you want. Would you happen to know one of them right now so Mark could just take you through this? Because it's so easy. We want to set a tone of easiness. You can you can probably see the add employee up there, right?
So click that.
Yeah, just follow through. Mark will take you through.
And then username, who do you all want to set up right now?
I guess I'll set up Allie, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and put Allie or Allie's first and last name. Password. This could be something that you could just tell her, like temp password or something that you can just give to her.
And just so you know, it's not like we're using the phone number. People ask me that all the time. I'm like, just put your office number in there. But wait, I mean, the system's not really using it. Now, on the taxpayer side, though, as we start to gather those, we'll start push notifications and things, that you might use.
What's the phone number out there, Todd?
You can just put this 1770.
Awesome. And then in the role, she's going to be an admin, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Just put her at that for now, and then you could back it off later.
All right, and then go ahead and click submit on her. And then we'll see her right down there at the bottom. That's a great way. So whenever you're putting the other people in here, David, you'll just come in here and either set their passwords up, or they could give you their passwords and just make their accounts for them.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and go back to settings. And I'll just show you real quick. There's not going to be much in here, but if you click on security and then taxpayer security, this is where their info is going to be found. These people are going to be taken out, but it's super basic info, just their first name, last name, username, and then the email that they prefer. As always, we give you the option to pull this into an Excel. Okay, let's go ahead and knock out the organization settings. Go ahead and click on settings for me, and then organization. And now this is where a lot of that that text that we saw on the homepage is going to be. Let's go ahead and fill this out while we're here. Let me move my head again. Okay, so Suffolk County's in there, Eastern time zone. David, I think we'll just use your name here.
It doesn't show up often, but I'm trying to think where people always ask where that name comes in. Maybe like on a possibly like on a letter, but it's not uncommon that the name might be left blank. A lot of this, just Dave, fill in whatever you want, but a lot of this stuff is trial and error. Like as you see it used while we're learning, while you're learning the system, then you'd be like, oh, we don't need that there. You might come back in and get rid of it from there. Same with like the email, below it. That would
Probably
probably
wouldn't
be like an
be-
office email. It's like usually
Yeah.
it's like you guys have a generic one, like, I'll make this up like, taxes at Suffolk County, New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
this would be
like a generic office email. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about here.
just we can leave these blank for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Might want to
Um,
put an office phone, you know what I mean? Because that'll probably show up on like a receipt,
Mhm.
and go ahead and put in your all's fiscal year there.
Is that correct, Todd? Or
Yep.
That description can stay blank. Okay. All right, let's go down to the customer portal section. Okay, so that top one right there is the public search. Do you all you all are doing lodging with us, so that could be turned off and just kind of ease confusion when customers start coming in here.
this one?
Yep. Okay. So I'll go through these buttons real quick. So that show customer login, that's going to be off for now. As soon as we decide that we're going to start letting your taxpayers register with us, the first thing we'll do is come in and turn that on. And what that's going to do is under the login where you saw it said employee, right above yours is going to be customer, and that's where they'll go in to do theirs. Show customer register. It's probably safe to keep that on for now. Let's see here.
You're all right, Mark. Just turn it off. Just make it consistent. We'll turn it back on in about a week and a half when they're testing the other side.
Okay.
Turn this one off.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, they work in tandem. You know what I mean? Register and logging in as a
Oh yeah,
customer.
yeah.
So you're just turning the two off, and then when you guys are ready to learn that part of it, you'll just turn them both back on.
Okay.
Customer create new record. That's good to stay off for now. Essentially, what that button does is you all as employees obviously have the capability of creating new records. Some of our customers never turn that on. Some of them do allow their own taxpayers to create their own records. Allow customer payments, that can be left on. Essentially, that's just allowing your customers to pay through the customer portal. Do you all allow partial payments?
No.
Okay, go ahead and turn that middle one off. Allow customer payment, custom accounts.
That just, since they don't allow partials, I mean, I can explain that one. That would be like saying you're going to say no to it. David, go ahead and make it no. It means like if they owe you 300, let's see. Those two things work in tandem. So the middle one you just did would be like if they owe you for 3 periods. The middle, the one you just turned off, the one that says allow customer partial payments, that one means you're letting them pay one of the 3 that they owe you. It's probably, you're still going to say no to everything. And then the other one to your right where it says custom payment amount basically means that they could pay less. So if they owed you for 3 line items and it came out to a total of $300, the one on the right means you're letting them pay 200 out of the 300. So it's really maximum flexibility for our customers, so they can do different combinations of these things. You all said, nope, you owe us and you're paying the full amount. So you're going to say no to both.
Awesome. Show customer charges, we'll keep that. Yes. The customer how-to video, if you recall me talking about that on the main login page, just that green button. I think that's a great tool. So maybe for now we'll keep that on. If you decide you don't need it, this is where it is. Show customer amount due, we will leave that on as well. Show public name search, we'll turn that off.
Since they're not doing anything public.
That's
Yeah.
more of the property tax side of things, and then show
Mhm.
customer direct payment. That could be off as well. Let's see
Yeah.
here. Okay, so all of these text boxes, you'll see that the names of them correspond with where they're going to show up. And these top two we've actually seen. So this main site welcome, that's where right under the login bar, where kind of that paragraph was, you can come here and make changes to that. The welcome to Suffolk County, New York site, that was just above that. Let's see here. Taxpayer homepage welcome, that's what they're going to see on the taxpayer side. The information text is going to be kind of smaller below that, the same way that it was structured when we logged in. Let's scroll down a little bit for me. The PIDN homepage pay through text, that's going to be on their PIDN homepage, which we kind of showed you in the demonstrations. The service fee credit, so this is actually showing up on their when they go to take a payment, this like little box comes up that says like, hey, our credit card provider charges a $1.95 convenience fee, 2.5%. This is probably not going to be correct when you go to do yours. But when they tell you, hey, we have a convenience fee of this amount, or credit cards have to pay this amount for a convenience fee, that is where that text is going to go. Filing homepage header, you guys are definitely going to want to put something in there when we come to it. But essentially that's going to be when they go to their filing homepage on the customer end. There's they also have dashboards, and they can kind of click actions and then go to their filing homepage. That text is going to show up there.
Hey David, would you do me a favor? And one of the tricks that we like to do to make it easy on customers when they're learning, just copy the heading, like you see where it says taxpayer homepage welcome text. Just copy that text and paste it in the box below it. So that way, then when you come to that on the in the product, and you'll see the words, you'll know where to go and change and put whatever the heck you want. That's one of the best tricks we teach people.
So is there a way to preview all this stuff while we're doing the work, or?
Yeah, you're going to see it as soon as you hit save. As you start to go through the process, you'll start seeing this text and you'll be like, oh, I remember where that is.
Okay.
And then you just go and change it. This is one, like, even do those filing ones down there. Those are easier on you too. Like filing homepage, instead of saying filing related one, copy and paste that stuff in there.
So get rid of the related.
Just get rid of what's there. Yeah, this is all just space holder type text, so it doesn't hurt.
And this is all on the fly, right? Like, so instantaneous change?
Yep.
Mhm.
It's so easy. It's one of those things we've noticed. This is the easiest way to make people comfortable. Now, one of the things you've changed a lot so far, I would go to the very bottom right now and hit save. Just pull it straight down and then hit save. Just so that way then you don't do something and you're like, dang it, And then now we'll just keep going on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the update delinquent letters text, you can go there to do it. It's just going to pull up a few boxes that you can enter your text into that you want to show up on their letters. But a neat thing about this feature is that it's also in the delinquent dashboards. When you go to do that process, we give you links that'll take you right to here. You can take a look. Let's see here.
That doesn't matter, David, because this will be
Yeah.
a separate training anyway. So just soak it in and then go on back.
Okay. The site settings. Okay. So under the current logo, that's where your logo would be displayed if we had one. You guys could give us access to one. We could go on Google and just kind of find a JPEG of it and just ask if it's good. But that will be uploaded where it says logo. And then the FAQ, should you decide to type one up, would go right under the FAQ upload. And we saw that button on the login page right next to where it says iGov services in green. That FAQ button was right there. They just click it and it shows them whatever you decided to upload in this spot.
You got David. I'm sure you have a logo, don't you? Like you guys.
Yeah, I
do
got a
something-
logo on. Yeah, I got a logo on the.
Yeah,
computer.
I always tease Mark in this too. Is don't put the work on us. You guys can do it. Just push the button and upload it, man. Don't overthink it. And then and then once you do it once, you kind of look at the spacing. We try and adjust it, but if it's if it's wacky too big or something, just resize it. Just keep it simple. Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's a neat
Yeah, just
logo.
give it a whirl. I mean, I can see it says 150, so it's probably pretty decent. The if you go down to the bottom, hit save, then you'll see it again because it'll do it, and then and instantly it's on the front page. Then now, if you don't hold on, that was interesting. If you don't get a success, then there's something it didn't like. You see
You
what
said
I
said JPEG.
Well, I
This
thought a
one's-
PNG worked too. I really did. As soon as I saw that you were doing it, I let you. Here, let's use this as a learning opportunity if y'all don't mind. This is something we do with new users as they're going through because then we can watch their data and stuff, to see if there's any problems in it. Would you do me a favor and right click and just choose inspect? Just right in the middle of your screen, just right click and choose inspect. It's at the bottom. And just leave that sucker open and then go back to its own window. Going back, oh, it's on the side. Okay. Going back to your submit button at the bottom. Just pull it all the way down. And then your save, and hit save again. Okay, now on the right side, click network. See that tab right there? There you go. Doesn't like save logo. Will you hit that red? Yeah, it's not really going to tell us, but there's something that didn't jive with it. This is how we can test whenever we're doing new stuff. So maybe it's the only thing I see is that it's a PNG, and I actually thought that was okay, but maybe it does need to be a JPEG. And if you don't have one, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can send it to us, and we'll just save it as and do it.
I might have one other one.
I don't really see anything else wrong there. I didn't see anything else that looked funny.
No, they're all PNG.
Yeah, like the name or anything. I didn't notice it, but no big. These are great examples though in training. Like I love when something, that's simple but goofy happens because you can see we're teaching you ways that you can kind of troubleshoot. Like if you ever push something, 99% of the time we give you a success box. So if you don't get it, immediately you should be like, wait a minute, I didn't get a success box. What's up? If you want to send me that logo, I'll just do a save as a JPEG or something and upload it myself. No big deal.
Okay.
Same with the FAQ. You're gonna do an FAQ page. I noticed everybody in your line of work when they're doing filings, you probably put your rates on it and some other normal questions, just so people feel comfortable when they get on the site that they read it and they're like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so that's going to be another one. That's just a PDF. So you'll just if you scroll up a little bit, you'll just see see that FAQ one again. And now you're not ready for it yet, but when you or if you happen to already have one, just make a PDF, upload it, and that'll show up from the main homepage too. So that'll be fine. And then let's just Mark, just knock out the rest of these settings. These are easy, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, sounds good. So property tax dashboard, that can be turned off. You're not doing that with us. But essentially, these 4 buttons here, when you go and click save and you click on dashboards, these buttons will either show up or not show up depending on how you have them. Obviously, business filing is going to stay on for us. Handheld devices, that is for utility meters, so we can kind of move down on that. Business filing settings, name on license. Is there someone specifically that should be on the license, or should it just say like, like Suffolk County or?
I don't even remember if you guys, I don't think, do you produce a license? At first when they sign up, do you even give them anything?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, well then there could be a name on there or something that we want. If not, just you'll come back in here and fill it in. But when we get to the license template, then you've got it. Let's just turn that other one off and let's get done with this.
Okay. Let's show agent register. Let's turn that off. That's for like third-party agents. And then obviously accountant login is for their own logins, but we'll keep them off. Okay. Nothing else is of importance to us. Let's go ahead and click on save settings.
And there's that success that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
David. Like that's what you should see.
Okay. Let's go ahead and scroll up for me. And I'll just real quickly show you. If you scroll up to the very top, you don't have to click on anything, but click on dashboards for me. And you could just see real quickly that the property tax dashboard is nowhere to be found. And then the business filings dashboard is the third one down. And we just turn those on for us. Okay, go ahead and click on dashboards again, just to get rid of this. And let's go back into settings. And we'll do the payment type setup super quick, and we'll just talk about it. Okay. So essentially what this top portion is what you'll allow either money to be taken in from your desk or from your taxpayers online. So we'll just super quickly go through here and deselect for me the ones that you don't use.
When should we deselect, Todd?
Basically, you take off the tax relief. I'm assuming that's lockbox. It's kind of blocked out on my screen.
Yeah, lockbox. ACH money order. Yeah, the rest look okay, it seems.
So ACH and money order are both good?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Go.
Did you all hear the difference between credit card and credit card online? Do you take them in the office too?
Yep.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Okay. When you're that kind of section down there, that's going to be more on us. But when your credit card provider sends us their info, we'll do some editing at the bottom there just to make sure that all those credit card payments go to the right place. Okay, let's go ahead and click on settings again. And let's do revenue types and then revenue type setup. Okay, looks like there's one on here. Let's go ahead and let's delete this one and we'll create a new one. Okay, go ahead and click on that plus button. Okay, for application, we'll do license. For type, you could do like, see an example. You could do like business license or like
Hang on a
lodge.
second. What do you guys call your? What's the abbreviation or whatever that you call the type of revenue we're doing?
Hotel motel. So I mean, we usually do like HMOT or.
No, I'm with you, like hotel or something, or just keep it simple. This isn't something that they're really seeing. This is for you. So I wouldn't even put motel. I would just put like hotel. You can put hotel motel in the description if you want, but just keep it simple. Like, let's just get this stuff set up so that it's going to behave the way you all want. All right, keep going, Mark. You got it.
So options when a new record is created. When you create new records, this is what, and so you'll click on create new record, you'll click the drop down and you'll click license. This information is going to be what's displayed that you have the option to fill in for them. So customers are for sure. Yep, go ahead and click on the circle. Additional contacts, yes. Physical location, yes. And then results and application status. You could fill that in.
Hold on a second. It's better to just ask them. Okay, guys, when you guys create a new record, all this means is like when we do Tucson, Arizona, they don't default to an active status on new records. They default to an application status. And then someone, you know, kind of looks at it or whatever and then switches them and makes them active. So this is really all it's doing. So you need to decide is, hey, what's your volume like? Does when you create a new record, do you just want it to be active right away? You know, because this is really just for hotel, you know, as opposed to a full business license type scenario. Just make
think
that
the-
call.
I think the way we have it set up currently is it gets approved by someone.
Yeah.
It gets reviewed.
I mean,
Okay, now that was awesome. So you do, if you think that, then you could do a combination of the next two things. Is you might want it to result in an application status first, so that Mark's right. You would put a check mark there, but then you haven't set it up yet. But what we could do before we're done today is you could go set up a notification group, so that way then you know they get an email when you do a new one. So that's cool. It's a good combo, like you were just saying. So you don't have a notification group yet, but we can set that up next. All right, keep going, Mark.
now that results in application status. That's something that at any point that we can go back in and turn off.
Anytime. I mean, you can do it. Yeah, I mean, everything we're showing you is kind of a real time effect. So you turn it on now, you do one, it's comes across as application. Immediately you get rid of it. The very next one's going to say active.
So that notification group that you were talking about, so like Allie, she could be part of that group where she's told that there's new application in that she needs to review.
Yep, you'll see it next. I mean, when we all these setup things, Mark's being nice. He's going slower than I normally do. He's telling you everything.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just like usually cranking through these things, just like, hey, let's go set these up, set this up. So
Okay.
I mean, I like it, Mark. I'm not, it's just because I'm old and I just like, come on, let's go. So this is great stuff though. You'll see that in a second. Let's do, we'll probably finish with notification groups after this. So it'll be cool.
Okay. Assign filing codes. We'll click that yes. Skip the next two for now. And then we'll do allow attachments. That's just going to mean like when you go to create them, you can upload docs if you need them. Add charge. That's probably a good one to have on. That just means when your record is created, at the very last thing you can do is put a charge on their account as soon as you make it.
And Mark, hold on a second on that. Let me think about their processing though. You're not wrong at all. Like for normal ones, but I'm thinking the way they process, I don't think they're ever gonna have anybody like standing in their face that owes them money as soon as they sign up. Are you? Do you guys think that's even realistic?
Probably not.
Yeah, go ahead and turn it off. He's right. These are all on-off switches about what's going to show up when you're doing a new record. And I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. As I've never seen anybody in the type of tax you're collecting have somebody in their face when they're creating a brand new record, to do this. Usually you would say, okay, now go online and file your return kind of thing. So yeah, we'll leave that one off. But yeah, Mark, go ahead. And they're going to want to turn on the audit for that for sure.
Okay. So PID and auto number, you can go ahead and turn on. When a new record is created, it's going to automatically give it a PIDN. For the prefix, a lot of people with hotel will normally put H in front of their PIDN. So if you put a PIDN prefix as H, that essentially means each record that's going to be created is going to start with an H.
There. Why
Yeah.
put it in HMT because that's pretty much what we've been using.
Oh, okay. All right.
That also works. And then the sequence number, this is going to mean like you already have 150 accounts that already have this number, so you would start with 151. Chris, what would be the best number to put in here for now?
You know what? Just put like 5,000. Because we haven't converted anything yet. This stuff could change. It's what's more important is that all of you understand how it works, the combination. Like I've had people say, well, we'll assign our own, the PIDN is the primary ID number. It's like you would probably call your account number right now. And they'll say, well, I'm going to assign my own every time I create a new one. I'm like, all right, if you really want to. So then we just turn it off. But what that means is every time they do a new record, box will pop up and say, okay, tell me what the next number is you want to use. This is our way of just saying most people don't want to think about it. So we're like, hey, whenever we create a new record, it's going to automatically do it. and it's just going to do a combo of HMT plus the next number, the number then plus one and plus one again. So you all can make those decisions. If you like it, great. If you don't, turn it off, whatever. But that'll also be factored into the conversion, when we do the data. Okay. Does that, for everybody on the call, is that we want to leave it this way for now, and then you can edit it if you want.
You know, I like the fact it's auto numbered.
Okay. Go ahead then. You're basically done. So just scroll on down.
Yep, easy.
There's a few
Disclaimer
more.
1 and 2. It'll show you where that text comes up, but when you're making a new record, you can either print them off a disclaimer, or if they have their email, you can send it. That text shows you where it's going to pop up. Go ahead and scroll down for me.
Yeah, you're never going to use that, so don't
Mhm.
worry. It's something we wrote for City of Albuquerque because they were doing on the spot type citations, and so don't worry about it. You'll never use it.
Print template can stay general. If you have
Mhm.
a new customer application, you can choose that file there. Most people do not have one.
You can come back and add that if you want. That has to do with like a new record type sign up process. But again, these are all things you can edit at the time. Yeah,
Go and click submit. All right, there's one more step in this page, and that's going to be I'm sorry.
Hey, Mark, hold on a second. You're right, but I think a visual would be good for them. So, why did I just do these buttons? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So would you guys do me a favor and click new record? You see it on the left? And the menu bar, I'm sorry, in the gray on the left, new record halfway down. Hit that. And I always like to show people what they've been doing so it starts to click. See what I mean? There's hotel, click it. Now, you're going to get that because that's the part that he's about to show you. But do you see the green bars behind it?
Mm-hmm.
That's your on-off switches that you guys just did. Okay? So if you go in and turn, there's the customer one. There's the additional context one next. You know what I mean? So it really seems to help people understand it and take ownership of the system when they realize a bunch of on-off switches are how we do everything. Okay? So now, follow Mark onto the forms part, so that way you get the fields on there and you won't get that error when you get in here.
Yep, go ahead and click settings, and then revenue types again, and then revenue type forms. And then that drop down. Yep. Okay, so essentially what this is you're going to select any of these fields that you either want to be required when you're creating your new process, or if you just need them to be displayed. So we'll just go down here and super quickly
just start checking them off,
the
guys.
ones that you need. Yep, just
start clicking them off, things and don't require anything right now. Just make no, hold on. They're all display. Don't annoy yourself yet. Don't annoy yourself. You can annoy yourself later, but just make whichever ones you care about, make them display.
Oh.
But you're probably not getting date of birth, but whatever ones that you can picture on your forms or whatever, like care of name, mailing address, yes. You want both of those. You don't you want care of name too in the mailing address. There you go. And you don't care about the demographic stuff. And then location description, maybe. Might want that one. Do you see it above you? 2 above. Location description, maybe. But these, again, are on-off things, so you might later on turn them on, turn them off, whatever. I'd leave it on. Phone numbers, yes. You want that. Maybe you need a state ID or something. Now you get to a bunch of dates and things that are about applications. A lot of these are left empty, but we want you to see what's in there. And again, go in at any time and add them if you want. We don't care. Just go in and add them. Next code. Description's not a bad one to have. That's like a generic box where you can type stuff in if you need to. Kind of like what they do or something. I don't know if it'll come in much in the type of tax you're doing, but you never know. You can just see start dates. So the point here, every field you see, you can do it later on. You can do it once the account's already set up. This is just about fields you might want to see during the new record process to make it easier, kind of like in a wizard, like a wizardy feel. But people always ask me this. Every one of those fields is still available once you create the record. You can just edit it and type them in then. So you don't have to feel like you're making a mistake right now if you don't check it. But make sure you hit save. Whammo, you did it. That's awesome. Mark, take them to the notification group. I'm looking down at the
Okay.
clock. Just I want to keep them, feeling like they're got the groove going.
Just that fourth one down. Yep. We're gonna set up how what is her name again?
Allie.
Is it Allie?
Allie.
Allie. So this is gonna be how she's gonna get those. Go ahead and click on plus. Group name, do like hotel record creation, or
Just keep it short, whatever. You only do one kind of thing, so yeah, go ahead.
and then let's go in there. So go ahead and click on, yep, go ahead and click on that edit button.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, click on the X, click on the one with the 3 lines. And then add an employee to the group. Oh, okay, Allie.
Perfect. Bingo, you did it. That's it.
Go. All right, let's go ahead and throw her on there. That'll be the last thing that we do today. So go ahead and close, and then there it is. Okay, go ahead and click on settings, and then revenue types, and then setup, and then click in that little edit button, and then scroll down. It should be up right there.
Yeah, there you
Go
go.
ahead and click on hotel reg, and then submit.
Bingo. Nice job, Mark. That was easy.
Yeah. So now anytime a new record is created, she's going to get an email just letting her know that she needs to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When do
any
we get
questions
together
for us?
again? Is it Thursday? When do we get together?
We get together on Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay. Hey, Dave, would you hit the settings menu? Okay, let's just do an inventory so you see where you all are, and you feel like you're in progress, and then what's going to happen next. All right, so you really knocked out orgs, security. You'll go back and add some. I always give homework to. So org settings, we're all cool with. I'll look at the logo if you want to send it to me, or just save it as a JPEG. Security, go add your other people. Payment types are cool. Notification groups are cool. Revenue type, that was awesome, Mark. I usually don't get to it till Thursday, so that's awesome that you did it today and got it done already. That's the main one they want to do anyway, so you're done there really. And then we'll do rate setup is when next time. So you're going to be ahead of the game where you need to have your in your brain, what rates we charge in, maybe any rules like penalty and interest that you do for it, and then that'll let us get into business filings. The ones at the bottom are super quick, and some of them aren't even relevant. Okay, so next time he'll probably lead with those, like event types and groups, and like you don't do mortgage companies because you're not doing property tax. Balancing exceptions probably we'll get into. That has to do with like credits and refunds and other things. Templates, maybe not, and then adjustment type. So this whole menu will probably be done on Thursday, as long as we keep the kind of aggressive feel like we did today, which means you guys will have crushed the first week, and that's just great. It's awesome. Does it make sense what we did today, the gist of it?
Yes.
It definitely does.
Yeah, it should all feel like. By the way, you can get into anything you want. You're not going to see anything. There aren't any real records in the system. The whole goal next time is to set everything up, ideally, and then the following Tuesday, we're putting records in there and messing with it and taking it through the process. Yeah, like next week. Does that make sense? The flow.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, definitely does.
Yeah, this will be great. It'll be great. Mark, nice job on that too. Then, so I think that's it. We're cool and ready for Thursday.
Good. If there's no other questions, we'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah. Hey, David, make sure everybody logs in. Anybody you
Okay.
set up, anybody who sets up, make sure that we're over the first hump, that everybody can log in and that kind of stuff, so that we're building and moving. Okay.
Real quick, people. Peyton just asked me if you all could send the contact sheet.
Oh yeah, send that back in so she knows, and we can get them set up in the help desk too.
But
The
also
different people.
let us know if you got it, because Peyton's email's been weird this week.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone get that sheet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Okay.
We did have some problems with getting some emails from her, but I think we did get that one.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. In that case, if you could get that over to her, that would be great. And if there's nothing else, we will see you all on Thursday.
All right, great. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, gang.
guys.
Thanks.
See ya.